Cottage cheese is a lot like Weird Al. He was big in the 80s and 90s, kind of went silent for a bit, but he's making a resurgence. So, maybe there is hope for an accordion player like myself. Grocery shopping habits are shifting, and the dairy aisle is at the center of it. Culinary instructor and cookbook author Brooke Parkhurst is here to help us digest those changes. Brooke, come on, dad joke of the day. Digest those changes.
I
Ah!
like it. I like
I,
it. Thanks
yep.
for having me.
So, what is happening with the dairy aisle? And by the way, for some reason, grocery stores, it seems like the ones around where I live are just changing the layout. I think just to mess with people, but there are some significant changes happening in the dairy aisle. What's going on with that?
I feel like the dairy aisle is expanding, which is awesome for all of us. And we're all realizing now just how many new and exciting foods and flavors are in the dairy aisle. So, we always had the milk, eggs, cheese, our staples, right? The
Right.
foundation of the grocery store and our refrigerators. But there's so much more. Now we have globally inspired dips. We have fun flavored creamers, special high protein yogurts, refrigerated doughs that can be made into cookies or flatbreads. And it's all about the convenience, the nutrition, and the flexibility to make whatever kind of delicious meal we want within the dairy aisle.
Now, I always thought you were not allowed to mess with the pyramid, but the dietary guidelines, that food pyramid thing has changed a little bit, and there's more of a focus now on protein. Am I understanding that correctly?
You are understanding it correctly. That is right. Protein, big buzzword these past few years for many, many different reasons. And that is awesome. So it's about protein and nutrient density. What does that mean? You're not eating, this much food. You might be having this much, and it's all really dense in the things that you need. So yogurt, milk, cheese, those were always going in the right direction. That's not a trend. That's always been great, always nutrient dense. But now the convenience and the versatility. So you can have, a cheese stick. You could have a cottage cheese cup to go. You can have a delicious yogurt-based dip to dip your chips or your carrot sticks into. So it's really shifting to make sure that at every meal, we're getting a nice bit of protein to keep us going all day long.
Now, a lot of families that watch are curious, like my family, like your family. We're always looking at the bottom line, and I think there's some smart values too with dairy these days.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the lowest price, right? We want the double whammy. I'm a mom, two children, a teenager and a young son, and a very hungry chef husband. So it's about the nutrition, the versatility, the convenience. And the great thing about all of these dairy products is they help stretch, right? What we already have at home or make meals, make a great frittata, make a great four cheese flatbread. A lot of talk nowadays too, right, about how the butcher shop, the meat aisle has gotten so expensive. And that's not the case with dairy. It really helps you with all your meals all day long and while you're watching the bottom line.
So we've got some new products out and some new flavors. Talk to me about that because if there's anything my daughter loves, it's when something is flavored different.
Flavored different and new. That's right. So there's a lot of exciting innovation. Right here in front of me, I have the French dip had for a bit, but we have the globally inspired dips now. We have seasonal yogurt is getting into summer. So fun fruits, peach, strawberry, tropical fruits, high protein snack packs, the flavored creamers, right, to make our own special expensive coffee, but at home. So actually it's not expensive. And then our takes on classics. Back in the day, you might recall cottage cheese was a really big thing. And then you didn't quite hear about it so much. Well, now it's back. It's on TikTok. Maybe your daughter sees it there. I feel good about it. And it's packed with protein.
Cottage cheese is a lot like Weird Al. He was big in the 80s and 90s, kind of went silent for a bit, but he's making a resurgence. So, maybe there is hope for an accordion player like myself. The summer is upon us. What are some of your go-to quick, easy snacks? You mentioned you got a teenager and a young one. What's the help when they come in to raid the fridge?
Absolutely. And we're here in Florida. It's already hot. It's full summer. They're out of school. They want food all day long. So I want to stock the fridge with great things from the dairy aisle. Right here, you might see I have great little grilled cheese fingers. So easy to make. I love these pre-made doughs. So it could be for cookies to top with something fun, or it might be flatbread. Do four cheeses on top, put a little pepperoni, a little shredded turkey. It's about, cooking or preparing things for friends and family, but it's easy, it's fast, and it's fresh. So I feel good about what the kids are eating all day long because I eat
Right.
all day long, as you know.
Yes. Oh, do I ever? And let me tell you, we have a wide range of snacks. We do have the gluten-free stuff. I like to have the gluten on the side just so I can dip. But for others, we have in the family, we have gluten-free stuff. So where can our viewers go for more recipe ideas and just to learn more about you? Because you've got a cookbook. You're the go-to.
Thank you. Yes, for all of my tips and tricks, cookbooks, you guys can go to easyhomemeals.com. And don't forget, June is Dairy Month. So, June Dairy Month $10,000 sweepstakes. Enter to potentially win by June 30th.
Brooke Parkhurst, thank you so much for your time today. I wish you a wonderful, happy summer. Although you're already well into it down in Florida. Up in New England, we're still getting over the
Yeah.
blizzard, but we're good. We're fine. Everything will be okay.
Thank you.